Hi, I know it's been a while. I said that I would post every week, and it's probably been 8 weeks since I've posted. But I just kind of decided that this morning I would come on and give a few updates on what I had going on. I work full time. I'm a full time mother, of course, and a full time student. So sometimes it's hard, but I do want to start posting more, and I'll get to why in a little bit. So, just to give a little update as far as my weight, I am currently at 325.4. So, that's a total loss of a lot. I don't know, almost 70 pounds since I first started last year. I'm really proud of myself. Sometimes I get this feeling of, oh, it could have been more if I would not have stalled on those 110 pounds and gained those back and lost them again and things like that. But, it's a learning process. I'm developing new habits all the time. I'm changing things up. I've actually started working on goals. I never set goals before. That is so weird. Everyone should have a goal. I didn't. I was just doing something. So, that is something that I've done recently, but I'm really proud. So I'm just going to talk about a few things today. One of them is exercise. So I belong to Lifetime Fitness, and they have a 90-day challenge. So I signed up for that at the beginning of February, and you're supposed to go and weigh in every Tuesday if you want. But I've just been working out like 3 to 5 days a week. It just depends on the week. Hanging out in the steam room and just really trying to get in the routine. And honestly, one of my goals for this year is to become a gym brat. I just want to hang out in the gym, be in the gym all the time, love working out. I haven't gotten there yet. It takes me sometimes between 10 and 30 minutes to get started. I'll hang out in one of the rooms and drag my feet and stretch a little bit and pretend like I'm doing stuff, and then I'll actually get started and do what I came there for. So I haven't gotten there yet, but I feel it's coming. I can feel it. Um, so that's what I do as far as exercise. I need to contact my trainer. When I first signed up for Lifetime Fitness, they gave me like 3 training sessions. Well, not gave me. I paid for it. They just gave it. I just had a discount. But then with the new, then I got another one for my birthday and something else. Somehow I ended up with like 6, maybe 4. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what's going on as far as exercise. But when I do go, I do have things that I do. I try to just be intentional about everything I'm doing. Cardio, getting on the weights, doing squats and working, big muscle areas so that I can burn more calories when I'm not working out. So that's like one of the biggest things that I have had a challenge with, and I'm trying to really, really become dedicated to the gym because a lot of times I just don't want to go, and I get my motivation along the way, and it's this is not my thing, but whatever. Um, Eating. So I kind of call this more of a low salt, low sugar, low fat diet. I read a book once for a class, and it was called Salt, Sugar, Fat, or Salt, Fat, Sugar. Anyway, it talked about how these companies actually create food that make us addicted to their food. I do not like to be controlled. And so that really kind of changed my life last year. And that was another catalyst to lose weight and to really watch what I eat because I knew that they were creating these products to make me addicted to them. They know exactly what your tolerance is as a child and as an adult. And that's kind of where my diet is centered around. So I try to limit my extra salt intake. I've already been the type that never adds salt to my food while I'm cooking. And that's just kind of because that's how I grew up in our household. My father I had high blood pressure, and so my mother never cooked with salt. So now things taste too salty, but still when you eat out and things like that, that's the reason why on a regimen like this, it's hard to eat out because they add salt to everything. So I try not to do that. Um, What else? Oh, and as far as sugar, you can call it low carb, but really I just look at the sugar and things. I look at the carbs as well. I try to keep it as low as possible. And so then this kind of gets me into debates with people about fruit. I understand that fruits have a lot of antioxidants and a lot of nutritional benefits, but I do limit the fruit that I take in. I take a multivitamin every day, and eventually I want to incorporate fruit back into my diet, but right now I just don't. I don't eat fruit. Everyone, like yesterday, I went to an event and I had some strawberries and raspberries, I think were in there, with some yogurt, and it was good. It was nice to taste the sweetness, but it's not something that I do all the time. If I do have fruit, it needs to be like grapefruit or something like that, and I don't like grapefruit. But right now I'm just trying to really limit my sugars until I get to a certain weight, somewhere in the 200s, and then I'll start learning how to adapt to having those fruit sugars in my diet. But right now I don't really eat those a lot. And then with the fat, I noticed a lot of people, especially on Instagram are on a low carb, high fat diet. Heart disease is serious, and I don't want to put myself at risk for heart disease because of some fad or something I just don't really feel like is good for me. So I don't want to do a lot of high fats either. And then that puts me in trouble with protein. Okay, so here's what's going on with that. I am not a big meat eater, and that's the reason why I got so big, up to almost 390 pounds, was because I like side dishes. I love potatoes, mashed potatoes, gratin potatoes, sometimes baked potatoes, French fries. Any way you can make a potato, I would probably eat it. I would probably drink potato juice if someone got me some because it's so good. So potatoes are my weakness. So where was I going with this conversation? I forgot. Anyway, so I don't eat carbs like that. I, I love carbs. So I try to limit the amount of carbs that I eat. Even I don't like sweet potatoes. And so I kind of want to start eating sweet potatoes because people talk about how good they are for you and how you can adapt to their taste and they may start tasting good. I don't know. I just have an issue. Oh, I was talking about protein. Sorry. So, as far as sweet potatoes, that's just out right now. Hopefully I'll get there. So as far as protein, I noticed that my hair is coming out. I really didn't think that I was losing weight at a pace that could make that happen. But I was talking to a friend and she was saying that, you might need to increase your protein. Now, I do count my macros, but not as closely as I should and not daily. I kind of just look at what I'm eating and eat according to that and keep track of my calories. So I want to start doing that more closely because I can't really tell. I have a lot of hair, period. But I don't want it to fall out. I don't want to end up bald headed out of all of this. So I did buy I drink Premier Protein shakes almost every morning. I drink one almost every morning because I'm on the go. I don't like to chew because that's what I was talking about. I'm not a big meat eater. Gosh, I'm all over the place. But I don't like to chew. That's meat sometimes is just too much chewing. So I don't really enjoy that. But I've had to get over that and start eating more chicken and fish. So I eat either chicken or fish every single day with a vegetable. And I try not to snack in between. But if I do, it might be like some broccoli, florets or celery and things like that. Not always, though. Sometimes it's bad stuff. Like yesterday at that event, I had a muffin. It was good. But I only like muffin tops. So I don't eat the middle stuff. That's not good to me. But anyway, so to supplement protein, I follow a lot of people that are having or have had weight loss surgery on Instagram. And so a lot of times I do some of the stuff that they do, even though I know I don't have the same restrictions that they do, and so I can't. But I purchased this Isopure. It's backwards. But it has, this whole bottle has 40 grams of protein. So my goal was to drink one of these a day. But now I'm scared to taste it. So I don't know. It's just been sitting there for like 3 or 4 days. But eventually I'll get around to it. Maybe tomorrow. It won't be today. It's resurrection day. Can't do that today. I might die. So I want to start drinking those, even if it's every other day, just to increase my protein and see if that helps. And then just kind of monitoring how much protein I get, and while I'm limiting fat, because a lot of meat has fat in it. So I just have to be really careful. I'm not a nutritionist, and I stopped going to my nutritionist, so I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. I just do what keeps working. Water. I drink a lot of water every day. My favorite water is Smart Water. And I don't know if you guys know, but there's always like a little animal. Can you see it? It's like a little animal in there. One of my classmates pointed that out to me. And this one says, "What are you forgetting?" It's an elephant. I thought that was so cute. Sorry, I've never had that one. Usually I have one which says like H2O something. Anyway. So that's my favorite water. I do not like Fiji water. I used to. I don't know what happened to my taste buds. I bought some the other day. I really didn't like it. And I'm glad because it's expensive. So I drink about 100 ounces of water a day. Probably more. I don't track my water like some people do because I know I drink way more than what is recommended. I know some people, I don't know how this thing got out that you're supposed to drink half of your body weight in ounces in water. I'm not doing that. I believe that as long as I'm getting close to a gallon a day, I'm good. Yeah. If I drink 100 ounces a day, 120, I'm good. I'm not going to drink 150, 175, 200 ounces a day. I mean, I'm not 400 pounds, but still, I'm not drinking that. But for people that are close to 400 pounds, which I was, I just don't feel like that's necessary. And it kind of puts this burden on you and makes you think, oh man, I'm failing at just drinking water, or I'll never reach my water goal. I just don't think it's necessary. But I do drink, usually if I have those big 33-ounce bottles, I think they're 33 ounces, 33.8-ounce bottles, I will drink probably 2 of those a day, especially on my school days, and like several small bottle waters. Like I really don't worry at all about my water intake because I know that. And then you get water from foods and other things too. So it's not just straight water that you're drinking. A lot of people don't know that. So I'm good there. And talked about protein in my hair. And that's really about it. So, oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. So goals. I never set goals before. And I think it's important to have a goal or somewhere you want to be. And so I don't have like an ultimate weight loss goal. I started off at like 387. I did get up to like 390, but it may have been like water weight because I would kind of like hang out in there sometimes. But I kind of keep 387 as my beginning weight. I might switch it to 390 since I know that I've seen that on the scale, but whatever. But anyway, I set a goal by my birthday, which is January 9th. So January 9th, 2017, I want to be in Wonderland. I want to be at 199 or less. I'm currently 325. I know it's still March. Is it still March? Yeah, still March. But, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I calculated it, and I have to lose a little under 4 pounds a week. I can do that now, but how am I going to do that once I get smaller? It's harder to lose it that fast once you lose a certain amount of weight. What am I going to do about plateaus and things like that? So I'm really trying to be very strategic about setting smaller goals and to reach that. If I don't reach 199 by January 9th, it won't kill me. I'll still be proud of wherever I am, even if I'm at 299, which I better not be in January. But I'm still really proud of my progress and things like that. And so, lastly, I want to talk about support. I am the type of person where I do everything myself. I like to be in control of things and not really ask for help or advice. Support is so important. I have had friends bring me cupcakes from this cupcake shop and like, hey, I was thinking about you. Here's some cupcakes. I can't eat those. I mean, I can, all of them, but I won't. I don't want to. I'm choosing not to because it's not following my goals that I have because I have goals now. But it's just nice to have somebody to talk to. People on Facebook, I think I'm on their nerves talking about weight loss. Uh, I do have an Instagram page, Kasha's Killing It. So you can follow me, KASHASKILLINIT, Kasha's Killing It, on Instagram, and that really helps. But the only people that have a significant amount of weight to lose are usually people who are getting weight loss surgery. And so even then, they like reject you when they find out that you're not getting weight loss surgery. We're all in the same boat here, but whatever. So that's really it. So what I'm going to do, I really don't want to make any more promises that I'm going to post every week, but I'm going to try to and just give an update at least every 2 weeks, an update of what I have going on. And it also helps me too, like to see videos and, my progress and to kind of reset my thinking and just to know that someone out there is watching, even if it's just one person. So, okay, so thank you. Happy Resurrection Day and enjoy your week. I'll see you in a little while.